Hey guys, you're welcome back again to my channel. Good morning guys, good afternoon, good evening. I greet you all according to your time. I remain your favorite baby girl, Anointed Lady TV. If you are new to this channel, you are highly welcome. But if you have been watching me, you've not subscribed, please kindly hit that red button where they will subscribe and also put on the notification bell. The essence of that bell is whenever I upload any video, you will be notified. To all my returning subscribers, thank you very much for tuning in, and to my new subscribers, you are welcome. Let's watch this video below. I will be right back.
CNN versus Mullah.
My co-host, Seun Kuti.
We got the TPP. Yeah, you know,
Hey.
we got the TPP in the building.
Today's episode, it is the 20th of November 2020. We have a bunch of stories lined up just for you. So we're going to be taking a look at the recent publication by CNN regarding the massacre that took place on the 20th of October 2020. We're also going to be taking a look at one particularly important discussion. And this happens to be about our co-host, my co-host, Seun Kuti.
Hey.
We're going to delve into that particular story shortly. And then we'll pivot to what's going on in Lagos with the Okada riders and task force and what this clash is all about. So let's get into this very quickly, guys. This is something that you probably know about already. I've spoken about this several times this week. But particularly today is going to be a special analysis of this particular story. So the CNN, in a recent report, they detailed the events that took place on the 20th of October 2020. They detailed the events before and after the shooting, and of course these different evidence that they were able to bring to light countered the claims by the Nigerian army that its troops did not shoot at the protesters. Now, the report also established that many protesters were still missing, while bodies, of course, of the slain protesters were yet to be accounted for. Now, this report was titled, "They Pointed Their Guns at Us and Started Shooting." Now, it showed analysis of videos obtained by geolocated means, and they used several technological appliances, I'm guessing, to ensure that they were bringing these different pieces of evidence to light. And they showed some bodies as well, some actual dead bodies, one including that of Victor Sunday Ibanga, who was actually drenched in a pool of his own blood and wrapped in the Nigerian flag. His family has actually come out to confirm indeed that they have lost one of theirs, who was Victor Sunday Ibanga. They did claim that, you know, they have seen the body of their family member. And the report also did say, and I quote, "The Ibangas are one of the several families yet to locate the bodies of their missing loved ones. Protesters at the toll, who dozens of eyewitnesses say were shot at, first by members of the Nigerian army and then hours later by the police." They also did say that eyewitnesses told them that they saw army remove a number of bodies from the scene. Now, just speaking about the army removing a number of bodies from the scene, just to quickly put this in, the chief coroner of Lagos State has actually issued a call for members of the public to actually identify bodies that arrived at the morgue between October 19 to October 27. Yeah, so there's in October 19 to October 27. So they've actually put that call out for people to come and start identifying bodies, because a lot of families are still looking for their children or their brothers or their sisters. Some people have come out to say, oh, and there's a young lady that did come out to say that her 18-year-old brother ate. Immediately after eating, he left for the protest. He didn't know anyone at the protest, but he just went there to join the protest. Until today, she hasn't heard a word from him, and she doesn't know where, you know, he is. So these are some of the stories that we have heard. Now, just regarding this recent CNN report, of course, we were waiting for the federal government to respond to the report, of course, because we've been having conflicting views from members of government as regards what really happened on that particular day. Now, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, did react to this investigative report of what took place on the 20th. He described the report as one-dimensional, and he said that it lacks balance. He also validated a report done by the BBC, which he claimed was based on more facts. He added that CNN should be sanctioned for misinformation and irresponsible reporting. He also referred to previous reports done by CNN which lacked a balance, while insisting that the military fired blank bullets into thin air and not at the crowd. He urged, that people who've alleged massacres, as well as relatives with missing family members, report at the judicial panel to lay official complaints. He also said that the CNN report conveniently excluded the looting that was done, that led to private facilities being burned, 269 private facilities being burnt down and looted, and 243 government facilities being vandalized. He did say that the security agents actually deserve commendation and not condemnation. So guys, this is really what happened. Seun, taking a look at the CNN report, I believe that what they did was just to reiterate what we already knew, but this time they came out with more evidence, at least from the previous footage that we did see. We were seeing the military personnel shooting at close range towards the protesters, but with the video that they released with this publication, we did see them shoot at the protesters this time, which we believe lends a bit more credibility to the previous stories that were being put out.
I don't think CNN has done more reporting than Sahara Reporters has done on this issue.
Okay.
It is our own inability to take our own institutions seriously, especially the media. But it's not the fault of the Nigerian people. We've been lied to so much. We've been lied to by everybody. We've been lied to so much that we've now taken lying as a tool of survival. I mean, remember year 2000, the promise of year 2000 by the federal government of Nigeria? 2000 came and passed, no transformation. Then we had Vision 2010. All these are monumental lies that cost Nigeria hundreds of billions. I forget all these little lies that they tell us. Like, police is your friend, youth are leader of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, forget executive lies, like we ban SARS and all those kind of,
Yeah.
Forget all these lies, like, we share the palliatives, whereas palliative were
hoarded.
So all these lies, but these big lies like policies, Vision 2020. Now they've started Vision 2030. They always believe that these years will not come. I don't understand. We are 2020 now. Where is that vision that has eaten up billions? So we as the people in Nigeria, that's why CNN can come and act as if they've done something amazing,
outstanding,
when they've just repeated what we have been saying, but nobody is listening. And now where lie funny enough, lie's name, I don't like calling people minister or anything, or even uncle or brother, or putting any kind of respect on their name. We have to demystify them. So lie now, this lie of a guy, the issue with him that I find funny is his name, really. His name is Mohammed. Everybody knows that if you have a friend called Mohammed, everybody calls them Mo. So the guy's name is like Mo Lie.
I can't.
I'm telling you, you cannot make Nigeria up.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you, like, our Minister of Information's name is Mo Lie. Listen, Nigeria people. So just imagine how much lies we've been told. So play this scenario in your mind. The American government gives the American people a version of event that occurred, and then NTA does a documentary that shows that the American government is lying. Will the American people believe NTA or their government?
That's a good question. Yeah.
So we are now we have to see the depth of the rot of our institutions, where neither the NTA, the Nigerian government, has as much credibility as CNN in our own country. It is amazing, I'll tell you. So these are the things that for me, and then he's suggesting sanctions. When I wanted to hold meeting, nobody suggested closure. They just get close shrine. They find nobody suggested to find channels. They find channels, find Arise, find this one. But when it comes to their masters, the white organization, they don't even close CNN office. Not even freeze their accounts. You understand? But when it's their own people, this is what we should take out from this. Is that if the government believes that CNN is lying, if that report was a lie, that report is something that can damage national security. It is the same thing they are holding Endsars protesters account for, freezing their accounts for, locking people up for, closing up shrine for. Now CNN has done the same thing. They are suggesting. You see how weak they are. We have to see the weakness of this leadership when it comes to people that are their mates or as big as them. They are bullies. They are bullies. That's why I say to people.
Exactly what it is.
I say to people, I rather resist these people, because whether you resist a bully or you submit to a bully will bully.
That's very true.
It's in their nature. It's in their nature. They will bully us if we continue to allow them. If we want to put our head down, thinking, oh, the more if we submit, they will become. It's a lie. You know.
Seun, before you carry on, I just want to, intercept there, because you did mention, which was very apt, where we did see a whole lot of our other media houses who've reported extensively on this particular
Sahara
issue.
even did a report on the morgue that they took the dead bodies
Wow. And we did see that in this instance, when CNN came out with their own publication, it seemed like the whole of Nigeria believed it. Now, aside from pointing out the lack of credibility that our own, or it seems like media houses might have as regards maybe in times past what has been reported and the credibility that our government has, do you think that it has anything to do with the fact that Nigeria has been, should I say, has been trained to think that our savior is outside of us? Because remember when this started happening, people were calling for the international communities and
Exactly.
international bodies, oh, can't you see what's happening in Nigeria, help us. Do you think that that might be the reason why they were quick to believe a CNN when they came out with this publication?
Well, we have to also see that it's not only seeing institutions abroad. We have also, in a way, mortgaged our destiny to the West and to the Arabic world. Now, Dubai, UAE, where they pack all our money to. Many of our young people see their salvation personal. So, everything starts from the home, from the core, from the self. So when your own self has already put its salvation in the West, then the nation itself must look there.
That's right.
When I'm doing my shows in Europe and America, and we talk about immigration with my fans, I tell them the West is always happy to receive the best of Africans. You understand? But as long as they take the best of us and our resources, it is only natural that the rest of us follow. You understand? So, for me, all these things are tied and linked together. But what we as Nigerians must concentrate on are those things that we can achieve for ourselves by ourselves. It is impossible for us to expect the International Criminal Court, the United States government, the UK government to sanction the Nigerian government, because the Nigerian government is a darling puppet regime. What they've done in Venezuela is not up to what has happened in Nigeria. If Nigeria was Venezuela right now, American troops might actually be on the ground here right now. You understand? So it is the programming, the brainwashing, the propaganda of organizations like this CNN too that has made Nigerian people, also believe that there's some kind of salvation from Western media. And CNN doing that report, CNN has its own personal national agenda to release that report that they did. So we take it because yes, it matches our narrative, we embrace it. But we must not look at it as if it's something that they've done that is above and beyond, because our own local journalists here have done the same. It's just that this government did not give them the same respect as to answer to those reports, So I think that is just the game that we play here.
Yeah, and you know what? Because every time that people are having conversations about how it's very important for there to be some sort of international intervention, I always say that the Western world profits from the dysfunctionality of Africa. However, in a case where there is a situation where maybe a democratic nation is being brought up or is being led through tyrannical means, isn't there any way that we can depend on, well, I don't want to use the word depend on, but at least isn't there like a glimmer of credibility when it comes to the International Criminal Court? Where we know that indeed, at least to an extent, they could bring some semblance of justice in a case where there is a tyrannical government, for instance.
You know, tyranny today stems from the mouth of the barrel of the gun, right? You know, tyranny today mostly stems from the barrel of the gun. So what we fail to realize here is that the Nigerian government is armed by the West. A lot of our police officers go there for training, and they come here to train us too. Many of these things happening here are things that they've learned from, like the West has shown our officers how to. I mean, look at protests in America. No matter how peaceful, the police crack down.
Yes.
Protest is not allowed in this world anymore. But we fail as Africans to see. We look at the West as if the West allow protest for positive things in their country. You understand? If people protest in the UK, have you forgotten the looting in the UK? Protest. Police crack down, beat everybody up. The yellow vest protest in Paris.
Yeah.
I was in Paris 1 week. They removed somebody's eye, man. The police. They shot a blank. They have these beanbag shotguns that they shoot, not with pellets, but the shotgun has like bean bags in it, bags like this with small rocks inside. So it doesn't penetrate you, but it, you know, it hits you with the force of a gun, a pellet, you know, cartridge.
Yeah.
And they shot the guy in the eye. And my manager then told me that they were doing that every week, that someone was losing their eye almost every week. You understand? So the people that we are running to for justice, thinking that they will give us justice.
Yeah.
Many of their companies are protected in Nigeria by our government from the atrocities that they commit against Nigerian people.
Of course.
Look at a company like Shell in Nigeria. Look at the environmental and human catastrophe that company has caused. Have you heard UK government say anything? American government? Their own national Dutch government do anything tangible about it? No. The criminality of the West in Africa is sanctioned by African government. So if you allow them to criminalize your people, to extract from your people, to exploit your people, then they allow your government to also do the same to the same people.
Exactly.
You understand? We are the pawns here. We are the victims here of two monstrous, I'll call them mafia organizations. One of the oppressor. If you follow my show, you know the definition of oppressor and downpressor.
Yeah, true. and you know, there's something that we keep on repeating here. You can't ask your oppressors for freedom.
No, you can't.
You can't. You have to take it by force, and that's exactly what people need to understand. Because if they keep on waiting, hoping for a savior from outside of Nigeria, or hoping that there's some sort of credibility that comes with the Western intervention, it means that it's going to be the same unending cycle over and over again. Cycle of corruption, cycle of underdevelopment.
You know, the funny thing is that they arrested Charles Taylor and took him to ICC. And while Charles Taylor was in ICC, if you remember at the beginning of the case, it was the news every day. That's how we even knew Naomi Campbell was his girlfriend, collecting our blood diamonds. You know, she didn't like African music then enough to say, we don't want African blood. I don't want African blood diamond. You are killing your people. But now she's the toast of all of you, and Asabi. That was when the news came out. Remember when she was taking our blood diamond? So when he now brought Charles Taylor out, you know what he said? He said he's not responsible for anything he did. That while he was committing those atrocities, he was working as a CIA agent under orders from the United States. And that was the last day they put him on ICC stand. That was the last day we heard anything in Charles Taylor. They shut him up quick. There's no more public hearing for you. Useless bag.
All right, let's get to
in Africa, we've always found that many of the oppressive regimes in Africa has always had serious backing.
Of course.
From the West.
That's something that people need to be enlightened about.
Exactly. They forget these things, that many of the coups in Africa from our own liberators that were making Africa go forward was their coup and death and was instigated directly from the West. I mean, most recently, look at Gaddafi. Look at what Obama did and Hillary Clinton. And look at how it's affecting us in Nigeria.
Exactly.
Due to the arms proliferation in the northern region of Africa, northwestern region, coming all the way down into our country, killing thousands of Nigerians. You know, and then we sit down and think that these people are some kind of saviors. Please, we need to wake up from that sleep. We are our own savior. Nobody is coming to save you, Nigerian people. Wake up. It is your duty. Nobody is coming. Anybody that is coming here is coming to enslave you the more. Yeah.
Let's take some calls. If you're listening and you'd like to join the conversation, 0809 234 5913, 0809 222 0913, 01515 1913. Lagos Talks. Good morning.
Hello, good morning once again.
Good morning. Who's speaking? And this is not Michelle. No, this is not Michelle. This is Ife, and this is the mutation.
All right. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead.
Okay.
Well done.
All right. Let's hear you.
I think I am very, very delighted to hear this last point that Seun has made, because I'm one of those people who have all the time been saying that what is ICC doing, what is the United Nations doing, what is the AU and the ECOWAS doing about Nigerian problem? Are they afraid of Nigerian leaders? Because I have not, sometimes I think maybe they just want us to start killing ourselves before they begin to talk. But I think at this concluding point of Seun presentation, I now know that maybe because of their business interests in Nigeria, they will not want to stick their head, because the same government can tell them, hey, is that what you want to do? Sorry, Shirine, you are sanctioned. Mobile, you are sanctioned. I think I want to join all Nigerian youth. But from all this enlightenment we are getting, let us see how we can take our future and take our country by ourselves. I know there might be some planetary situations. There might be casualties, but there must be sacrifice for other people to go on.
All right, thank you very much, Peter Monte. We'd have to take more calls. Lagos Talks. Good morning. Good morning, Lagos Talks. Who's speaking?
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I do, my brother, I do. Ebuka in the building. Wait, my bell. Oh no. Wait, pass my bell. Wait, Ebuka, wait. I did my bell.
The voice of the people.
Thank you, Ebuka.
You know, say, who going to talk to him, the youth president or youth coordinator? You know, they say, you want to say, when they talk youth mind. Now you will give the youth president, maybe you will be assistant. So if you are a sign, happy birthday once again. We're going to wish everything.
I said the birthday is still going on, my brother.
I love it.
I'm still feeling it in my body, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I see your analysis. Well, you're going to go save us because our money they collect. You just imagine our Naira is being, today is 475 in the market, 480. Who does for now we, I said that the people, we don't present our facts, everything, present video like the Sahara reporter. So many issues now, you share with your own. They don't really accept us. Now if you say CNN don't talk, and wait the ones they again. See, all our facts and figure now just to organize, you know, they sensitize. I feel, bro.
Thank you, Ebuka.
Thank you. Lagos Talks. Okay, keep your calls coming. If you want to send a tweet, it's at Lagos Talks 913. Please use the hashtag The People's Perspective. This is coming from Manuel saying you people should come and hear more lies. Like that. This is coming from
I said the name, I just think more line every that guy did. He will not die.
Saying, CNN collected the hitherto Lekki Gate saga alleged video clips available on the social media and scientifically evaluated them and brought out groundbreaking proof in relation to the Lekki toll gate shooting. CNN used geolocation data to further establish the credibility of the saga. The press, as the fourth estate of the realm, is muzzled and gagged in Nigeria by the Nigerian government agency. So no media house in Nigeria can carry out groundbreaking investigation journalism in Nigeria and not be demolished. Sahara reporters can only do a bit because it's online.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, when people talk about destruction of property being wrong and all that, what did Wike do to what was he called? Somebody that just flaunted, as according to them, COVID
the
rules.
COVID lockdown, yes.
Destroy their property.
They demolished it.
The governor of Oyo State, the late Ajimobi, didn't he destroy FLS radio station for carrying news that wasn't pleasing to him? So the destruction of people's property by the elite in this country is normal. That's what I'm saying to people that are now just suddenly angry. Suddenly, hey, this story on our property. As if they've not. Everybody need to calm down. It's true. We need to calm down and face the real issues in this country.
The WhatsApp line is 0809-234-5913. This is from Francis saying, good morning, Seun, Kuti and Ife. In the country of the blind, a deaf man became. The butterfly that goes to the grave with a dead body is deaf, period. My brother and sister, it's election time. We vote as if APC and PDP are the only parties in Nigeria. Nigeria, wake up. God bless Nigeria. Alright, 0809-234-5913. That is the WhatsApp line, Lagos Talks. Alright, we lost that. Keep your calls coming through as well as your tweets. Remember, at Lagos Talks 913. Moving on to another story. Seun is going to be our topic of discussion. This is the next story. Now, I did speak about this earlier.
Wait, before you start, Ife, I want everybody to know how honored I am. Finally, after 3 months, to make it as the topic on the people's perspective.
I love it.
You know, I've never been a topic on this show.
Yeah.
I've been wondering what is going on.
A letter from the Nigeria Police Force to desist from organizing that meeting. So, Seun, you're going to read out the letter for us, and you're going to give us more information about that, because I know that
I'll read and analyze the letter.
Yeah, they did threaten to close down the shrine if that particular event or that meeting held. And we need to be very clear about this. If you're listening, Seun was not organizing a protest; it was a meeting. So we need to separate the two.
Even in their letter, they acknowledged it was a meeting.
Yeah. So we need to separate the two for people that might think, oh, because it's tagged Endsars, lessons and tasks, then it means it's going to be a protest now. So Seun, here, let me borrow you my phone for a second.
Okay. So I won't go off my line. So the letter reads, mass meeting of a movement of the people tagged Endsars movement lessons. Backing, no constitutional backing. So the police has to be writing under social responsibilities and your precedented support to allow some police station about the mass meeting or movement of the people tagged Endsars movement, lessons and tasks, which is to emerged. This is what they wrote here. I mean, I'm not making this up.
I wonder who actually typed that letter.
A Nigerian police officer. A Nigerian police, all he knows that to do is collect bribe. Which is to emerge on Tuesday, 17 November 2020 by 12 noon. Venue African Shrine, Ikeja, Lagos State. I want to quickly recall your attention to recall your attention. Imagine this grammar to the recent Endsars protest nationwide, which staged the nation in the last 5 weeks and end up being violent, causing multifarious destruction. Now by force the blue grammar, looting and burning down of government and private properties within the borders of the state, as well as causing deaths and injuries to both security agents and innocent law-abiding citizens. It is on this premise that then the command came. Yes, sir. It is on this premise that I write that such a gathering or meeting planned to be hosted at your venue is not welcome. Hey God, it is not welcome at this perilous time when the security of the nation is trying to find her foots, not feet, her foots, to stabilize all threat to life and property. You are hereby warned to suspend
That's
such
a very heavy
gathering,
warning.
as any infraction that may emerge from this gathering will be tagged a deliberate action to sabotage the transition and restoration of the peace in Lagos State by the Lagos State government and the Nigeria Police Force. While counting on your positive and prompt response to this call, your usual cooperation on this regard is highly solicited. Please. That is the letter, and how it's read. First and foremost, they called my sister also. They called her first before to verbally threaten her. Yeah. They called her on the phone. That was when after that they will. So when she told me, I said they should send the letter. They should send it to me. I would love to have the letter. So I didn't think that they would actually send the letter, to be honest, because it is the dumbest thing to do. I'm sorry, like, how do you ban a meeting? How do you stop the right of association of your citizens? Such a tyrannical act, and you are willing to create evidence that you did so. I mean, this shows how this. So, what I realized though is that from that letter, proscribing a meeting of Nigerian people, right, shows that this government, not only are they anti-dialogical, meaning unwilling to really dialogue with the people. All this government is willing to do with the Nigerian people is negotiate. And they don't want to negotiate with everybody. I always say it, only the aspiring elites, those ones that are aspiring to be like them, those that are on their way to be like them. So negotiation in this sense is not an exchange of ideas, but an exchange of interests. That they will broaden the feeding to include these new people that want to come and negotiate. But they are bored dialogue, because dialogue, if they begin to dialogue with Nigerian people, they begin to humanize the Nigerian people. And to them, the Nigerian people are nothing but animals. I will say it all the time, because that's how they treat us, that's how they behave. Look at Batabia and Miller shooting somebody, security force shooting somebody, saying because somebody blocked it. I mean, imagine the lives of African people are so cheap in Nigeria. And this is because these people, all their best homes are abroad. The larger part of their economic their finances, their economic strength is also abroad. All their children's school abroad. All their friends, their real friends, not all because what they have here is elitist association. Their friends that are poor, rich man that has poor friends, their normal friends are all abroad. Their fine cars are there. So now so they are running Nigeria into the ground so that they can run away. That's what I believe, because if truly this government is trying to make build a nation, let me use that word, then meetings like this must be what is encouraged. Independent political discussions of your own citizens must be what is encouraged. PDP held their own meeting. Why didn't they go and scatter the place? But what I want Nigerian people to know is that one PDP governor has joined APC. They say 3 more are going there. This is due to what we have done. These people are now consolidating themselves to make APC some kind of behemoth, some kind of, we are going to one party system. I'm telling you people, watch, because PDP is too weak to protect our evil politicians that are there. So they all understand that to fight this fight that is coming, they have to consolidate. Don't be surprised that even Wike will end up in APC. This is not against PDP, because they're making it sound like it is against the Nigerian people. They are consolidating against us. And we are here not doing our political job. We need to now politically organize well, because they are now consolidating, they are reorganizing, they are strengthening. They said, if you read, it's like they'll see it as an infraction to the transition to peace. That same Tuesday, this same police force went to attack Okada riders, creating mayhem all over Lagos. They stopped a meeting, a peaceful meeting of political ideas, only to go and start physical violence in Amu Odofin, Oshodi, that lasted into yesterday. I don't know, I've not been in Ikeja today. I don't know if it's continuing. That got to Ikeja yesterday. People were injured. I don't know if people died. Properties were destroyed. So where is this peace that they are trying to maintain?
All right, Seun, before we get deeper into, the task force story, as regards your meeting, because I did see that you ended up saying, you know what, I'm not going to hold that meeting anymore. They did threaten to shut down the shrine.
And they still shut down the shrine, even though we didn't have the meeting.
Oh, wow.
They still closed down the shrine on Tuesday.
Wow. Do you think, and I'm asking this to, for you to shed more light, the reasons why you ended up stopping that meeting, did it in any way have anything to do with the possibility that, because clearly the meeting would be peaceful because it is a meeting.
Yeah.
So did you shut it down because of the possibility that thugs might have been
No.
sent to disrupt
I only shut it down because my family asked me to. Sorry.
But aside that, do you think that there would have been any possibility? Because clearly what they were saying was, if it's going to cause any sort of disruption,
then they should do their job. They should do their job.
Accountable, and you'll be
Why
held
would
liable.
I, a citizen of Nigeria, be held accountable for violence I did not commit? If it's not my violence, I pay my taxes. The police is their job to protect lives and property. If you don't want to do the job, quit. When you do police work, the reason why society respects you is because it's a brave job. It's a job where your life is on the line. You have agreed to put your life on the line on behalf of the community. I didn't make that agreement. I didn't sign up to be police. So this is the fundamental part of your job, and it's the part of the job they complain about the most. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
As if your job is only to follow politicians up and down or to harass young people on the streets. Have you ever tried to call policeman to where there's armed robbery situation before in this Lagos and start hearing all the kind of excuses that will be coming out of the police station? There's no fuel in our car. There is nobody to go there. We don't know the place. Wait for backup. I said one time they were robbing my friend's house in Anthony. This was about 15 years ago. So we went to the police post. Because our friend, we found out that, the robbery was happening. I think somebody texted us that mobile phone just came out.
Yeah.
My friend's house, Chidi. We ran from Chidi's, my friend Jack's house, which was a neighbor to Chidi. Yes, we saw that they were robbing. So we ran to the police station. I said to him, they are robbing our friend's house right now. The policeman said, we ran there. So it's close.
Yeah.
Chidi's house was on Logmon Street in Anthony. I don't know if you know Anthony very well. The police post, if you know Anthony, the police post is just, what's the name of that street? Just, adjacent to it, connecting to it like this. They said they don't have police car around. I said, but the place is not far, let's go there. You know what they told us? They said, where in our life have we seen police use leg to go and arrest criminal before? I almost died. Because we have seen police use leg to come and arrest normal people on the street many times. So what the man was saying, because there was no car, they can't go there. Bam! The patrol car just arrived. As soon as the patrol car arrived, we left them at the counter, rushed outside to meet those ones, because since the car was the problem, it's good to see you. They are robbing our friends and they say it's you they are waiting for that. Without the car, they can't go. So we just said, the one that is driving just pop the bonnet. Like as if they've planned it. So the one we're talking to outside, that just pop the bonnet like this. Oh, the one we're talking to outside just lifted the bonnet up and killed it, like the car was bad. This car don't overheat since. Moreover, no fuel. I almost died.
This is terrible.
We were at this police station for like
terrible.
I'm not done.
This is terrible.
We were at this police station for like an hour.
That's bad.
So now the thieves have definitely left.
Of course.
So after the 1 hour, they now agreed to go.
Of course.
We now got to my Chidi's house. Listen, I cannot make this thing up. As soon as we got there, the police changed. They became the most professional. Like when you watch Hollywood.
CSI.
They park the car. They came out by the door. They give some signal. Two of you like this. So they were now at the gate. So they gates they get 2 pillars. Gates they get 2 pillars. Listen, gates they get 2 pillars, right? 1 pillar on the left, 1 pillar on the right. So like 4 of them are at the left pillar. So the Oga, like the sergeant told 2 to go to the right pillar. So those 2, they didn't walk to the right pillar. They did not tumble move. That's Tabasco team move. I want to die. Everybody was shouting. The armed robbers have left. Everybody was shouting. They did as if they couldn't hear.
I'm actually done.
They did as if they didn't hear what I said. All these things happened. They were just doing their own thing. They didn't enter the house. No armed robber here again. No. So listen, Nigeria people. Don't worry about Nigeria police. I'm talking about. They don't want to do anything. They are like their organs.
This just back to this particular topic as regards that meeting. We've seen that this government was bewildered, really shocked by the strength that came with the oneness of the Endsars protest. And so anything that happens to seem like or smell like or sound like the Endsars protest seems like a threat to their grip on power. And so if there is any sort of movement that is riding off of the back of the Endsars protest, best believe that one thing that they would try to do is to always intimidate through different means, like with the freezing of the accounts, tagging them terrorists, and with them actually sending this letter to you. And that's the reason why I asked you.
They didn't send it to me. You know, funny enough, they didn't send anything to me. That's to the manger. They sent that.
They sent it to the
manger. Then they called my sister.
Fantastic.
To talk to me.
Exactly.
So, but if I, as a citizen of Nigeria, a 37-year-old man, have issues with the police, why are they calling my sister?
Like you mentioned, you said they threatened.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a friendly call. Like,
yeah,
hi, by the way.
So why are they threatening my sister to talk to me? You know, it's a form of oppression.
Of course.
They are infantilizing me. You understand?
Saying talk to your younger brother.
Exactly. You understand? So these are all techniques and tactics of oppression.
And even aside that, one thing, and this is based off of the patterns that we have seen. During the protest, the protesters were attacked by these so-called political thugs. And now the government wants to further discredit the Endsars protest as a saying or tagging it as a means of causing disruption in the nation. So anything that happens to look like the Endsars protest, they will want to further discredit it by making it seem as if it is a tool for violence. Hence the reason why I was asking that question, saying that if you had held that meeting, I would not be surprised if they would decide to further disrupt the peace by sending these different
This is the reason why I chose Shrine, because Shrine has Shrine police. We have boys at the Shrine that will protect the Nigerian people from such an attack. That's why they had to use they knew that they could not taint that meeting. The meeting was held at the most secure revolutionary place in Nigeria. You understand? So they knew they had to go through their back doorway to do what they had to do. Because if you're going to attack that meeting, they will have to have attacked it overtly with the police. You know, I mean, we can see since the beginning the protest has ended, how many of the thugs that attacked people with cutlasses, whose picture are all over the internet, have been arrested?
Of course, none.
No, none have been, because it is that we in Nigeria, except we want to continue deceiving ourselves. And I want to believe that as Nigerian people, not our politicians, let's separate ourselves from these people who are willing to sell us for things. They've been doing it for 500 years. They sold your ancestors for gin and mirror. Now they are selling it for Rolls Royce and designer wear. This is what they can't build. The people among us that can build, they've killed them. They've exiled them. You understand? They've destroyed them. These sets, they can't build. They are billionaires that can't build. Can't you see how weak that is? You know what I'm saying? So they understood that there's no way that they can penetrate that meeting. So they had to use their backhanded way to try and stop something that they cannot control.
Of course.
You know, revolution now was prescribed because was attacked. Say revolution is a bad word. What is bad about Endsars? So no matter what you come up with against these oppressors, they will, even though we call ourselves, you know, that's some of my members say, oh, Seun, Nigeria resistance movement, that word resistance will make them. I say, listen, even if we call ourselves the sweet, happy people of movement of they are coming, they will say, why are you happy in Nigeria? Now who is happy? That happiness is a lie. That's why you calling yourself sweet. It sounds gay. There's nothing you know. They will demonize. No matter what you call it. So far it is not under their control.
Let's touch on what happened on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, for those people who probably were present there or passed by that particular area, the task force officers reportedly seized over 70 motorcycles around the Second Rainbow Festec town over infraction of traffic laws, which then resulted in a clash between the personnel and the okada riders. On Wednesday, in Ikeja along Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway, there was chaos when scores of Okada riders clashed with the personnel of the Lagos State Environmental and Special Offences
I don't know, say police feel wrong like that.
Which is, of course, task force. And this was when they were trying to enforce this Lagos State traffic rules, of course, which bans the chaotic operations of commercial motorcyclists on major roads and, busy expressways. And so the bikers then regrouped. Not only that, they brought more people who they're tagging right now as area boys, who chased down the task force officers into their vans. And other reports are saying that thugs and the bikers actually erected bonfires on the busy expressway, and it was just chaos, which of course caused traffic, which was a domino effect around those particular areas. So Seun, as regards the task force doing their so-called enforcement of the traffic laws, we do know that the Okada riders were banned in Lagos, especially on major expressways, and the task force is saying we're only going to do our duty, and they seized 70 Okadas. Now we see what's been going on in Nigeria with the lockdown from COVID-19 and how our economy has further deteriorated. People have further gotten into more poverty. So on one hand, we see the citizens saying things like, can't the task force actually be very empathetic towards the plight of the people, knowing that this is their daily bread? And on the other hand, there are people coming out to say, but these laws need to be enforced. So what are your thoughts about, these different sides?
Is it only the law against Okada riders that should be enforced? Who has the Nigerian police investigated or arrested for holding palliatives? That is a crime. You understand what I'm saying? Whether people looted the palliatives or not, the fact that those palliatives were in those warehouses is a crime. Who is the police investigating? The police is not independent. In Nigeria, the police is nothing but an elitist militia. They are the militia of the elites. So it's when the governor announces that something is a crime, that's what they go and investigate. Not any crime. Abi? Is it only Okada they want to seize? Who is seizing when are they going to seize all those warehouses where the palliative was stored? So, for me, even when people complain that, Nigerian constitution does not work, the Nigerian constitution is wrong, I say, but it works for some people. So it is those people that it works for that want it to be like that, and they are the ones that we must remove. The police force in Nigeria doesn't work, but it works for some people. One time former IG said there are 400,000 police officers in Nigeria. Out of the 400,000, 200,000 are assigned to special Nigerians. Wow. So the job of the police is to protect the life and property of the Nigerian elite to the detriment of the Nigerian people. They don't have job with the Nigerian people. Because if they did, then the police command will understand the way they came to Shrine. Abi, is for peace. Then they understand they're not going to attack Okada people too. We'll bring peace. If peace is what we are after. So, but that is not the case. The case is intimidation. The case is, making sure that we know our place. And let me advise the Nigerian police and army and security. The Nigerian people have moved. They don't know their place anymore. They don't know their place anymore. If you go and do anyhow, you see anyhow. I'm advising you because you could know how the government you are working for is. It's as if they wound you now or kill you, they're going to take care of your family. So use your brain, use your head. Yoruba say if they send you slave message, when you reach there, you could take better picking sense, deliver them.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes, because obviously now none of the politicians will send their children to go and do what they tell you to go and do in Amu World of Fame on Tuesday. Yesterday, see the way police they take off. Hey.
All right.
We have track stars in the police force.
Messages. This is coming from Bao saying, "Hello, Ifi. Hello, Gasheon. Serious fight and robbery in Aja, Amo Odofi and Ijede area of Ikorodu. No police there. Them still get gone and crazy like them, and them no go fight. Now harmless, weaponless members of a meeting that is a threat to national security. Spineless people." I
mean, when Okada riders who they go begin they run now. So now we know open shrine. We agree now to no go do meeting. We didn't do the meeting. My brother still close shrine because Femi said, "Seun, I don't trust your organization. If I say people should not come, you people will still come to shrine and cause problem for me." Femi, my brother mentioned that they closed shrine. Even at that, they still came and closed shrine.
This is coming from Kerelansky from Delta saying, don't see me as a wet blanket, but until we vote individuals with character, not big personalities, and we identify an ideology we want enshrined come 2023, nothing will happen. I want a constitution that will support socialist reforms, and I will follow any such movement. This one is
hey, fellow social. I say socialism is coming back big time. With the people we are no longer. This is not the 80s. All those American propaganda that they used to confuse and bamboozle us against socialism. So now only a few of you will be rich in our. We don't wake up.
This is from Akem.
We don't wake up.
The very right step is in the right direction to take. In the voyage of 2023 liberation is a reformation of the electoral laws. That's the fertile step to begin with. This one is coming from Francis saying the speaker's aide shot because they have all gone afraid after the Endsars. None of them can move around without escort.
Were they moving without escort before?
Good question.
Maybe that escort will fire blank. No, we have to be. And maybe the guy didn't really die. I mean, all these lies.
Let's take these calls. Lagos Talks. Lagos Talks. Good afternoon or good morning. Who's speaking?
Good morning. I'm actually not going to talk.
Ebuka, did you get back on this show?
All right, Ebuka, you have just 5 seconds. Quickly, or I'll cut you off.
What I want to say is these young people, they don't know that they are being used because they are meant to fight for the people. They don't protest against bad government for not paying their salaries.
All right, thank you. Lagos Talks. Good morning. Who's speaking? Lagos Talks. Good morning. Who's speaking?
Hello, good morning. This is Shirine from Seun.
All right, Shirine, let's hear you quickly, please.
Olasho, thank you very much for what you just said to enlighten more Nigerians. Here in Seun, I want to see you. Those Bostoners, they are having meeting on Sunday, yes, which I saw because I do hear their language. And the thing that is going to happen, we don't really know, but everything is all about prayer. And most important thing is that we should just make sure that 2023 we should all get our PVC, yeah, sorry.
All right, thank you. Lagos Talks. Good morning. Who's speaking?
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you doing, brother?
My name is Okada. I'm fine.
All right, let's hear you.
What depends on all these international organizations. They are just for themselves. Even the fella said it in his song, Peace of No Nation. Where are they when Iraq and Iran have been fighting since all these years? They are just fighting for their own self-interest. Thank you.
All right. 0809-234-5913, 0809-222-0913, 515-0913,
You see how they are calling the Okada riders thugs after they've seized their Okada. Those ones without Okada were the ones they've seized their Okada using leg to fight for their right. You take a man's livelihood and he's standing up, he's not a thug. That's how they are calling the poor Lagosians too, that they have taken their future, looted their future, left them as worse than animals on the streets. I mean, do you know, I say, people right now don't understand that in Lekki, majority of the people that stood behind had nowhere to go. It's not out of the love of Nigeria that made them stay there. They were still there because, you know, even though coffee was cold, there was nowhere to go. You know, they came to the protest from the way they held the protest was their house. So, I mean, I don't understand. We don't have the data in this country to make the kind of claim that the Nigerian government made about the whole Lekki thing. They have to have data. They have to have invested in, you know, putting their entire population in some kind of database, you know, where people can now know who is who. But until that is done, the kind of claim they made was just too much, you know.
All right, let's take more calls. Lagos Talks.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good morning. Who's speaking?
Good morning. This is John. How are you?
All right, welcome. Let's hear you very quickly.
Sure, I thank you so much for what you do. I have 3 prayer requests for you. God will keep you.
Amen.
God will keep you.
Amen.
Thank you.
God will keep you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Lagos Talks. Please turn off your radio. Good morning. Who's speaking?
Good morning.
Obina. All right, let's hear you quickly, please.
Okay, yes, Sean in the head of business.
How you doing, man?
I'm fine. Okay, you see, what I have actually noticed about this Nigerian police is just, I think in as much as they're trying to decide their duty, I think they've lost it. They're clueless now because they're trying to force the citizens to do what they want, not actually abiding to the law. Now, they feel they've been intimidated. On the other hand, they want to come out not being loyal to the citizens and want to force it on the citizens to be loyal to them. Now, this is where their heads come in because they have not been actually trained on how to handle social matters.
All right, we'll have to let you go now because we have run out of time. But thank you very much for your take. Quickly,
And the point he was making was really good.
Yeah, just quickly breezing through some messages on Twitter. This is from Funshaw saying, "Hi Seun and Ify. When Seun speaks, he speaks facts and issues based on criticism, something that lacks amongst majority of youths in our country. Imagine the same youths who intend to dethrone the older generation sticks to Western imperialists like flies stick to poo." Interesting. This is coming from Ture saying, "Seun, you are a true son of your father." This is from Preside saying, "The present constituted electoral laws cannot guarantee free and fair and transparent elections." The Mystic is saying, "We need to infiltrate the government and take it from the inside. They have their moles set up within us." So you mean we need to politically organize ourselves, is what you're saying. Ola is saying, "Do the people really know how powerful their words are? Your comments here are powerful, or a powerful force that we must all replicate." All right, guys, it's 1 minute past 12. This is the end of the People's Perspective. It happens
For this
Fridays for this week. Of course, for this week. It happens Fridays from 11 a.m. to 12. And of course, it's hosted by myself, Ifunaya, and the big bird, Seun Kuti. Seun, as always, it's a pleasure having you here. Thank you very much for stepping in today.
Thanks for having me as usual. Thanks for listening to us. You know, you are the reason we're here, everybody.
Yeah.
And as I'm going to start saying every Friday now, Lagos drivers, please give us road.
Give us road.
Chance. Give people chance.
Give us
yourself chance. Calm down.
Alright guys, the midday show isn't over yet. We still have amazing content, and to everyone on Seun's Live.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Good day, my brothers and sisters, my mommies and my daddies. Please, if today is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel, please do subscribe for me. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload any video or each time I'm on live on YouTube, you will be notified. Thank you very much for always being there for me. Please do subscribe for me, and as you do so, God will richly bless you and meet your heart desire. Thank you very much. I love you all.